Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Missing Gear.
Well, Dylan, another guest.
Another
Matt,
guest?
welcome.
Hey, thanks for having me, guys.
He brought some Bush, and this is the guy who liked the Ham Special Light.
You know, they don't sell it anymore, so I had to...
He brought Bush, and you know what? It's not Miller Lite, and I would not drink Keystone, because it's disgusting.
Yeah,
But this is still a primary sponsor of the sport, so I'm going to drink it. So, thank you. Appreciate that. Well, Matt, you had a good week. MTJ won. It's your driver.
No,
not anymore? The last time you talked to me,
It used to be. But then he was... I don't know. I thought that Truex should have been in the doghouse, but...
No,
You know,
he
he's-
was... He had, the only reason we didn't put him in was last year. He had those good top... He had like a top 3 stretch for like 6 races. And that was pretty much the only reason he never made it in there. Because then we had, we had the Clint Boyer.
The Boyer.
He was
Boyer.
in there for a while.
yeah. Then we took him out, and then we just...
And then he went all way into the abyss because now he's commentating, so...
Yep.
Yeah, but isn't it still named Boyer's House?
Oh,
of
yeah.
Dogs?
It's the house that Boyer built.
It's the house that Boyer built.
He
It
built
is.
that thing.
Yeah.
He did.
Made it what it
It's
is.
the house that Boyer built, for sure.
Now we got Bowman and
Ryan
Blaney in there.
Who finally has kind of come around.
Mm-hmm.
You know, Blaney looked good.
He did look good.
He did?
He did.
And I
All
was
of
surprised.
Penske looked good.
Yeah,
Wow.
he did.
Oh, my God. Penske. You want to talk about two dominant teams so far this year.
Mm-hmm.
Penske and Hendrick, I think.
Oh.
I don't know if I want to count Joe Gibbs in there yet, but they're close. But those... Hendrick and Penske has had all their cars in the top 10 almost every race. Maybe not finished there, but they've all been in there.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah.
It's crazy how consistent they are. Gibbs won 2 races, though, now with MCJ winning. So, but...
Although here's the
I
thing with
expect-
Gibbs and Penske. Gibbs has 2 wins. Penske has nothing. I don't know
I'm not disagreeing with you on that,
if
though.
Penske
that
is
is
a
true.
winner or a loser this week because they won both the stages. All 3 drivers looked excellent. But now we're 5 races in. They're
Nobody has a
just
win.
dominating, and they don't have a win. They don't have anything to show for it.
I'm fully agreeing with you.
And because of Blaney's dog shit 3 races, he's still way in the back of the points.
He's still there. I saw a stat that I think it was Blaney and Almirola. In order to get into the playoffs
De Benedetto.
by points, I'm not talking about Matt. I'm talking Almirola and Blaney, and maybe De Benedetto. To get into the chase on points, they need an average of 30 points a race from here to the start of the playoffs. 30 points, and because they shit the bed the first 4 races.
Holy man.
Yeah, that's a tall order.
Toast.
You better win. And
Yep.
Speaking of winning, I don't know if winning's even going to get you in this year.
Yes.
I wanted to bring that up. What are the odds that we're going to have more than 16 winners this season? Because we're at 5. Now, I think MTJ was a win, right? I think he would have won at some point prior to the playoffs.
Oh, absolutely.
A usual
But
suspect
I
finally
don't think
won.
Yeah.
I didn't expect Christopher Bell. I didn't expect McDowell. And I don't think I would have even kind of Willie B in there.
I didn't think Willie B was going
was
to
gonna
I didn't think either
Not
of
at
the...
all.
Maybe Bell at Bristol, but I don't know about the other 3, man. I don't think I counted any of those 3 in there. So now you're talking, we're up to 5 winners.
Now, let me just
And this is-
give you some names here. Logano's going to win one. Keselowski's going to win one. Harvick's going to win one. Hamlin's going to win a few.
Bush should probably win one. Kyle Busch will win one. I think Chase Elliott will win one. There's not a lot of guarantees after that, but we're still at 11. So you got 5 more, maybe. Alex Bowman, I think, has a good shot to win one. I know he's in the
I think he
doghouse
could
right
come
now,
back and-
Puncher's chance.
but I think he could
Blaney.
still get one. I think Blaney has a great chance to get one. I mean, he's been, the last 2 races, he's at least running well. I mean, he's in the doghouse still, but...
Matty D.
Matty, there's
That's a
some
wild
real
card.
problems there.
It's a wild card. I don't know if
it's-
I'm counting Matty D. I mean,
Yeah.
his best track is, honestly, at this point, I'm going to say Las Vegas and Bristol. And they're not running the spring Bristol race on pavement, obviously. It's going to be on dirt. So that takes away, he already ran Las Vegas. They're not running the Bristol race on pavement. I think those were his best 2 chances to get a win right there. And I think they're gone. Could he surprise us on a road course? Who knows with Circus of America? Who knows with Road America?
Yeah, I think he had a good run at Kentucky last year, if I'm remembering. I think it was that Cole Custer win.
It was Cole Custer.
So I mean, he could
And
maybe.
you might have a a Cole Custer win.
Yeah, I mean, Cole
that's
Custer,
true.
I've
You
seen
could
him up
have
there.
you could have Tyler Reddick win. I'm not fuck Austin Dillon. I'm not even counting
No.
him in this category.
No.
Fuck that guy. If he wins, I'm fucking.
But he
gonna
is
be
so
pissed.
capable of stealing,
he
Matt.
is.
He is
He
so
so
capable of
is.
stealing
He
one.
could come in and
He
just
is.
swoop in there and just flip all of us off and steal
Mm-hmm.
one from underneath us. But I think there's, out of the last few seasons, this is the best chance and best start of that ever happening. Of there being more than 16 drivers. And when they brought up the playoff format, that was one of my concerns. I'm like, there's 26 regular season races. There's 16 spots. What if 26 drivers? No, I don't think that's going to happen. What if 26 different drivers win 26 different races? It's not impossible. Weirder things have happened.
Ryan Preece is good at road courses.
Ryan Priest, baby.
He's
Where'd
high
he finish
enough in
this
the
week?
points.
Where'd he finish?
I think he got like 21st or something.
26th.
But I looked,
Bad
and
week
he
for Ryan
is
Preece.
still technically on the playoff grid. I think he's like
He is.
he's one ahead of Stenhouse, so he's 15. Stenhouse is 16. Stenhouse at the
Hey, he finished 12th this week.
yeah at
good
like a
race for
super
him. He was up
speedway.
there.
At a super speedway,
That's a good
Stenhouse
point.
steals
He could.
one.
Boy, there's a lot of wild cards out there. That guy, Kurt Busch, who knows, man? He
Ross
might come out and win
Chastain
one.
finds a way up there, and it's like green, white,
there's-
checkered. He's aggressive as all hell. He's got that like puncher's chance.
There's a lot of options that could happen, man. I don't know. I think if any year is going to happen, this is so far shaping up to be the year. And next week, going into Atlanta, I mean, I think we're going to get a different winner again. I feel like it'll probably be Kevin Harvick or Brad Kay, but we'll probably be up to 6.
Or Logano. I mean,
Could be
Any
Logano
of
too.
Well, Logano's got to get his early win in.
Kurt Busch
Yes,
probably.
that's right.
Yeah.
Logano needs to get a
Logano's-
win in and then take the summer off and then come
Take
back
the
at the
summer
end.
off, yeah.
Because that's just what Logano does, it seems like.
That fucking
We've been
guy.
over that. It just happens. It just happens. All right, I digress. Let's go back to Phoenix. Who are some of your winners and losers, Dylan? And Matt.
So we already kind of
got?
went through the Penske. Is it a winner? Is it a loser? Because of how great they were. But I want to talk about our 2 surprise early season winners in William Byron and Chris Bell. They are for real.
Oh, they got 2 top 10s this week. Honestly, you're right. They are for real.
Yeah, the Adam Stevens Revenge Tour
Pass me another one.
thing that's going on with Chris Bell is real. Like Kyle
It is.
Busch,
Kyle Busch. pissed.
another shit show season. My God, like Chris Bell, he's always in the top 10. He's always running up there. Like I feel like I haven't seen the 20, like in a prominent position since like
Matt Kenseth was at 2015. What year did he win like 6 races?
2014.
Was it
2015?
2014 or it was right around there? He won like 6 races with Jason Radcliffe. That was the last time I saw the 20 car be relevant. I mean, Matt Kenseth won that kind of his last full-time season with JGR, that one-off race at Phoenix, which I'm glad he had, by the way. But that was the last real. I mean, Eric Jones got 2. He got an outright win and a luck win. All right, the outright win at the Southern 500, and just a luck win at the Coke 400, which we're talking about when Willie Byron won. I mean, he won that Coke 400, which was just a shit win, right? I mean, come on. I don't know. Can you ever count some of those skill? And Denny Hamlin winning the Daytona 500 2 times in a row, or 3 of the last 5 years, is skill, right? At some point, you got to put yourself in the right position to get it to win. But Michael McDowell winning, he's up there, but at some point, it's just kind of a luck kind of win.
Yeah.
and I mean he's had a really good season too.
He has. But back to my point is that William Byron outright won Homestead.
But yeah,
Outright, like no luck. It wasn't a Coke 600 Austin Dillon 2014, I want to say, 2015. Fuel mileage race win. I fucking hate Austin Dillon. That's why I'm bringing it up. It wasn't one of those. Just shit wins. It was an outright win. So I agree. I think we need to take William Byron more seriously. I think we need to take Hendrick Motorsports as a whole more seriously. Chase Elliott top 5. Kyle Larson had 2 fucking speeding penalties, and he finished in the top 7.
I know.
Wow. He
there was-
shot himself in the foot twice, and he still finished top 10.
there was a point in that race where I was thinking he's going to be the first repeat winner of the season.
all
There
right.
was. He started at. Didn't he start? Everybody started at the back except Alex Bowman.
I
And
think
Kyle
so,
Larson,
yeah.
I think, was already. I think he got stage points at the end. Unreal how he was coming through the field.
What?
And And Alex Bowman, I think it was off of turn 2. He got spun out there. He got pinched by fucking Austin Dale Silver Spoon kid again. And he still finished 13th. That's speed, man. That's just speed.
Yep.
There's speed in those cars.
There definitely is speed out of them.
But considering where they've been, maybe not so much last year because they won a championship, but the years, I think, probably 18 and 19 where they really were in a rut, they've definitely, I think, pulled themselves out and have gotten themselves back up to the top 3 in premier teams.
Oh, I would say.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, they're back.
And
Penske's still there.
Yeah, and I think JGR is the most well-rounded they've been to go to JGR with Christopher Bell. Because you always had, you had Daniel Suarez in the 19 for a few years. Then you had Eric Jones in the 20, and it was kind of like, you always got that kind of limper, right? That kind of just...
Now they're limper, it looks like it's Kyle Busch.
It kind of does. It kind of
Wild.
I think it is.
Past 2 seasons, aside from Eric Jones last year, Kyle Busch is of their kind of big 3.
Where did he even finish? I don't even see him on here. Oh, there he is, 15th. Man. Oh, no, that's Kurt Busch. Oh, boy, where even is Kyle Busch? I don't even know where he fit. Oh, 25th. Oof.
Ooh, that's rough. 1 spot
That's
above
bad.
Ryan Preece.
Considering Martin Truex Jr. won, Denny Hamlin got 3rd, and Christopher Bell got 9th? He's having a rough start, too, that I don't think people are talking about enough. Considering where he should be at, last year was a rough year for him. And he said it himself that he needs to practice. And they're not doing it. They don't have practice.
Yep, and he can only do 5 Xfinity races.
Right, and you got to pick which ones you want. And obviously you can't. And if I'm Kyle Busch, I'm doing those at road courses. Or races they haven't run before, like National Superspeedway.
Yep.
I'd run there. I'd run at Road America. I'd run at the Circus of the Americas.
You can look at all these.
I would do the dirt race.
Do all the races that you
do all the races that you
give you an advantage.
That would give you an advantage because everybody else isn't practicing anyway. So if you get an Xfinity race, you're way above everybody else, guaranteed.
Oh, and he can pick, which
ones he wants.
to do.
He's fucking in the back pocket of Joe Gibbs, so he can pick whichever one he wants to race, and they'll just be like, "Here you go, do whatever you want to do, take the money, take the ride, fucking just own the team. I don't care." At the rate that he's at, like how many wins he has in Xfinity. How many does he need to be done? Didn't he say once he hits 100, he's done?
I think he implied it, but I don't think he'll be done.
100
I don't think he'll be done.
Yeah, I was told
I think he's going to pad those stats.
I said claim.
Yeah.
That he...
Well, what's he at right now?
I don't know.
I think he's at 97.
He's close.
Yeah,
That's
really
why I bring it up. He's close.
Well, you look that up. I'm just going to go
up.
through a loser. So, Roush.
Here we go. What are we at,
It's
Dylan?
4-1.
4-1. All right.
Buscher finished 18th. Newman,
Newman's
late 20s.
Where is Newman? We're at 28th. Oof.
I won again.
To preference that, Corey LaJoie finished above Ryan Newman. That's pretty bad. Although Cole Custer had a bad go too. BJ McLeod finished ahead of Cole Custer.
That's rough.
That's really rough.
That's rough.
That's
you never
really
want to lose
rough.
to a
You
guy
never-
named BJ.
No.
No.
Oh my God.
Here's a winner. I think Bubba had a good race.
Bubba had a decent run. Got some screen time.
I would have
He
to
did.
agree.
He was up there
They
at
didn't
points
do
of
the
the
Newman
race.
thing. They didn't do the
I
Newman
was gonna
thing.
say, I was
They
looking
did
for
not
that
do
to
the
see.
Newman thing.
Thank
He was
God.
he was too far back. They're like, he's not
Yeah.
running good.
We're
All
not
right?
doing this
We're
week.
not this
He's
week.
not that hard
Maybe
to
top
pass.
10. Maybe top
Not
10.
in the top 20.
Maybe top 10 and we'll do it. But I did I did notice that. I thought that was really funny for some reason. I thought Daniel Suarez had a good race. I'm looking at the new teams because they're the ones that I expect the least out of, and they're the ones that are performing. And
Did you watch the Suarez doc?
Dylan, I did not yet.
You told me to watch
know
that. I watched
did.
23
I know
minutes
I
of
did.
that
You didn't even
painful
watch
ass
the whole fucking
documentary.
thing anyway, okay?
Matt, I watched 23 more minutes than you, so
Tell-
don't you judge
what?
me.
You're right. I'm not-
Oh
you're right.
God,
You're right.
you never hated a guy more than when you have to like turn off a documentary.
Tell me
at
how
the
much.
23
Tell me
minute
again
mark.
how much you hate Pitbull.
Oh, he is the worst. Like, okay, so like everybody makes a big deal about how like we have to solve cancer. How about we cancer's bad. We got to solve diabetes. We got to do this. There's a lot of problems in this world, but the one that goes untouched is we need to get rid of Pitbull. What does Pitbull do? What does he do? Besides
Does he still make music? I have not heard a Pitbull song in a long time.
I think occasionally. I don't know.
Not since early 2010. Probably.
Oh boy, I think the last song that I remember from Pitbull was a Timber one.
Yeah,
right?
Here's what he does. He's like DJ Khalid.
Khalid,
yeah. He just kind of says something in a weird voice.
Another one.
And then Kesha does all the work. It's Kesha's not even good. But at least
he comes into it, all he says is, Mr. Worldwide, and that's it. He just fucking leaves. That's all he says.
Oh, God.
He leaves.
It's the worst. Cancel me last week.
Yeah, cancel
for
Dylan.
My takes on Illinois. Well, can we cancel Pitbull? What the fuck has that guy done?
I'm not disagreeing with you.
I would like to issue an apology to the state of Illinois. I should have just said, why don't you Google Illinois so that everybody could see for themselves what a cesspile
I don't know
Illinois
if in
is.
an apology I'd say cesspile.
Well, Matt,
it's too late. You said cesspile, so.
I speak from the heart. I should have just said, why don't you Google Illinois and find out for yourself. I shouldn't have said those things directly, and for that I am sorry.
Hashtag cancel Dylan.
Yep.
Yeah. So funny. Okay, enough Phoenix. I don't think we've talked picks. So, second week in a row, my driver I picked finished second, and I'm pissed. Brad finished second, and now Joey Logano finished second, and I'm actually upset because I felt like I was this close
to glory
twice to get it, and it just didn't happen. Didn't come to fruition.
It's rough. Well, hey, I mean, I literally picked Cendric, then I rescinded Cendric.
Yeah, I guess that's true.
And then I said
Cendric
watch Cendric win, and then Cendric went out
won.
And won. And did you see that final restart?
Phenomenal. At the Xfinity race you're talking about? Yes, great last two laps. Very good. I thought you picked Allgaier, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
thought Allgaier was going to get it, actually. And then he threw it into the wall there, going off turn 2.
Basically, everybody had a really bad restart, and then Austin Cendric was just kind of perfect.
Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, yeah. But do you expect any less out of him? No. I thought Chase Elliott was going to do a little bit better than fifth, though.
So did I.
Talking about... Speaking of Chase Elliott, Matt.
Who
were you picked?
That was my pick. So I picked Chase Elliott, and then I had to go Logano. So
I agree.
Penske,
right, Penske, yeah.
And I picked the Ford.
Ford was a great pick, in my opinion. If it's not Harvick, it's going to be Brad or Logano. So I'm thinking I got 3 great chances, and then it's fucking MTJ.
Oh, I totally thought
Penske
was the way to
never
go.
pick the Toyotas, okay? Never, because there's less of them. Always, if a Toyota's winning, it's JGR. So if you're picking a Toyota, you might as well go JGR, right?
You might as well just pick Denny Hamlin. I mean...
Yeah, but Denny Hamlin hasn't won this year.
That's true.
Which is insane.
Which is insane.
And Denny Hamlin's points?
He's first in the points. That's the thing. He's first in the points.
Mr. Consistency.
He has a lot of stage wins.
Oh,
I think he led both stages at the 500, too.
Mm-hmm. Yes, the 4 best drivers this year have not won. The 4 best drivers race to race have not won. I mean, it's Brad, Hamlin, Harvick, even though Harvick really just kind of shows up at the end and gets top 10s.
And
Logano.
Yeah. And then, honestly, I'd say Chase 5th.
Yeah.
And none of those have won. They will win. I don't see any reason why they won't win.
And honestly, they're the top 5. If you throw Chase in there, they're the top 5 drivers in the sport.
Fully agree.
Probably right now.
100% agree.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, Chase easily could have won that road course race at Daytona. I think he just got a little bad luck, but, some of it. I think he got lucky on some of the other road course wins he got.
No,
so
absolutely.
It kind of, balances itself out. But there's 5 more, I think, in the regular season yet. Yeah. If he doesn't, I think he can win at any track, and not let alone the road courses apart from those other tracks. So, I mean, there's plenty of opportunity for him to get a win. And Brad.
Oh, you can't forget Brad.
Can't forget Brad. I think you go to Richmond again, I think he's going to get the dub.
Probably.
Oh,
for sure. Logano can win anywhere. Hamlin can win anywhere. I'd say pretty much anywhere.
Mm-hmm.
And Harvick, I mean, we're coming to Atlanta this weekend. If you're not picking Harvick, I mean, I think you're probably stupid. So
Yeah.
if you're not picking Harvick or Brad, I mean, who are you? Are you even an educated guesser at that point? Because they've won, I think, 2 of the last 4. And they've only, prior to this year, they only ran there once a year, so. Anyway, I digress. A little bit of a tangent there, but picks, mine aren't any better, so. But I'm at 6. Dylan's at 5. We'll make our picks later. What about your Fox bets?
Ooh, so I missed it this week.
Ah, Dill.
I missed it. I know.
I got 3 for 6 again.
3 for 6. That's pretty good.
I feel like I can't do better than 3. And I went all in on Logano, and it worked out for me. But it's hard to know who's going to have the fastest lap. I feel like I'm really shooting from the hip, right? I don't know. I feel like I can do all right. They at least didn't have the fucking who's going to be the hard charger or whatever it is. Who's going to get them? I don't know how the fuck they calculate that, and it's pissing me off.
You can put it in.
I need to figure it out.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, I don't know how. Is it from the
start
stage
of the
end?
race?
Is it from the start of the stage? Because those are 2 different starting spots. Because if they come off pit road and Joey Logano loses 5 spots, but is it then from like him 11th to 6th or whatever? You know, I have no idea. I need to do some research. I just keep forgetting to do it. Because I need to know. It helps my betting. That's all I got. I don't even know which ones I got wrong. I just know I got that one wrong. Let me pull it up. Oh, my app needs to update. I'm not doing that. Fuck that.
Yeah.
Whatever. I'm just saying, 3 for 6.
That's pretty. I mean,
I've gotten consistently. It's 2 3 for 6s now.
I know.
Yeah. I think. I don't remember.
Maybe Boyer listens to the pod, and you're just
maybe.
kind of secretly barred from winning because of all the bad things we said about him last year.
Yeah.
Which we like him, we just don't actually like him on the track.
No, we like him better in the booth.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on that, Matt?
I like Clinton in the booth.
I do too.
I think Clinton
perfect.
and
I think
Gordon from when they were doing the throwback.
They do the throwback Phoenix Jazz. I did not watch the pre-race, by the way, but I heard something about it, and I feel like what Fox does is they try too hard.
Oh,
I didn't watch it.
They do.
I did not watch it, but I
bit.
know that I felt like they tried
they're
too
pushing
hard.
it.
I saw Larry Mack and Jamie McMurray in a fire suit, and I was like, I know this is going to be bad. I know what they're going to do, and I know it's not going to be good. Just keep Larry with the cutaway cars, all right? Just keep him with this. Speaking of Larry McReynolds, he had his trends up, like caution, like 32 laps ago. 10 seconds after he announced it.
Yep.
Caution.
Right
like,
away.
Fuck. I was like, fuck. NASCAR is listening. Like, just throw it. Just throw it.
Debris.
Debris, yeah. It is funny to listen to Jeff and Clint bicker, though.
Oh yeah, I definitely don't think that they're actually completely
I think they still.
all right.
No, I don't think they are. And I think Jeff is now so much like a commentator, and you can tell it's like from the first year to now, Jeff is so much like, you know, like fucking tie and suit and like.
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna hop on my mic and commentate. And Clint's just kind of, there's my beer at. All right, let's watch the race, boys. You know. He's just so. It's
Chiefs lost. I'm kind of pissed. Not gonna lie.
Fuck it, Eric Almirola. I gotta wear a Bucks jersey, you know. That was funny, but listening to them, you can still tell. Like Jeff will say something, and Clint will be like, "No, Jeff, you're wrong," and then just fucking cut right in.
Oh yeah, I know.
I'm like, dude, come on. I think it's funny. I get a good humor out of it. I'm glad he's in the booth.
Yeah. I think it's fascinating that they put him with probably like his mortal enemy like that.
Do you
what
think
was it,
there's
the
that
20
mortal enemy?
I mean,
like,
not necessarily.
I don't think
it was
there's
just
that.
one seat.
There's one thing that happened like 8
But here's
years
the thing
ago.
with Clint. That was Clint's like one shot.
Oh, good point though. That's a good point. That was his best opportunity.
Clint is in the NASCAR Hall of Fame as a driver if he wins that championship, because I can guarantee you champions are always going to get into the NASCAR Hall of Fame.
Oh yeah.
I mean, Bobby's in.
Bobby's in.
Yeah.
I mean, Brad will be in. Logano will be in.
I'd say Brad
MTJ
is
will be in.
for sure, but yeah.
Kyle Busch, obviously. Jimmy, obviously. I mean, Kevin Harvick. I mean, those are all first ballot Hall of Famers.
Mm-hmm.
And unless they're going, but they did switch the voting for the NASCAR Hall of Fame. They switched it to 3. Well, they did last year. They like changed it because before it was like 5, and I'm like, dude, 5 is a lot, guys. You need to simmer down.
Oh yeah, you're
And
gonna
it's-
run out of.
You're gonna run out of
drivers
people to add, right?
that are still alive.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So they changed it. They changed it to it's like 3 modern era and then like 1 like grassroots or something, and then I don't remember what the last one is. Basically, it's like like really old drivers that founded the sport. They get 1. Like moderate kind of area gets 1, and then modern day get like 3. I think from what I
But don't
remember.
they only have a 3-man for a junior year? Like it was junior.
Oh wait, no,
Red
it's 3
Farmer.
overall.
Yeah,
It's
Red
3
Farmer,
overall.
yeah.
That's it. It's
Yeah.
3 overall. It's 1
Yeah.
for the modern era. I'm sorry, it's 3 overall. 1 for the modern era. So if it's and I don't know if they get repeat, like if say, because Clint will be in the same class as Jimmy, right? And you better believe your ass they're not picking Clint over Jimmy. I mean, we all
yeah,
know
that's
that.
for
Like,
sure.
Nobody would.
nobody will ever pick over Jimmy. I mean, Jimmy will be
Yeah.
a first ballot Hall of Famer. But then does Clint get to resubmit? I don't know. Does he get to go back for the next year?
Well, I mean, if
'Cause
Clint doesn't
if
make it
nobody
1 year,
retire- because you got to
Is he
think if
voted in? Like, is it?
they vote in, yeah, they
Yeah.
vote him in.
Yeah.
But if Clint doesn't make it in that year, then it would be whoever retires this year. Well, if Kurt Busch retires
well,
this
you
year,
just become eligible. Like
Right,
I
I
don't
think
think
you're
Kurt,
eligible for
but they
whenever.
only
Yeah.
they only propose like 15 drivers or like
Mm-hmm.
maybe 12 people, but then do you keep being eligible? Because eventually I think then they'll make it in.
like Kurt Busch
Eventually
when he
run out of people.
retires.
And then,
Yeah,
and then
see,
Clint's just
that's
gonna
a good
sneak
point.
his way in there.
Clint, yeah, that's a good point. Do you think because he's a commentator it'll help him?
I
so.
think when
I think it
when
does.
it's all said and done with the commentating and a couple of close made the playoff, got a little deep into it, kind of runs. Well, really more when it was a chase, but same thing. He'll sneak in. He'll sneak
You think
in as
so?
a like NASCAR contributor.
It'll be after
won't be a
Jimmy.
straight
I don't
drive.
think so because it'll be after
don't know.
Jimmy. If Kurt retires this year, it'll be after Kurt because then Kurt will get in over Clint Boyer
Oh yeah, well he's got
because he got a
championship.
championship, right? And then who knows after that, right?
But if they're only picking 3 drivers a year, there's a good chance like there's still a lot of drivers that aren't in.
But that's modern category. They only pick 1 from the modern category.
Oh, so then it.
So
then
that's
it
what I'm
really
saying.
throws
It really throws it off. Like there's 12 drivers from the modern era, but they're only picking 1 from the modern era. So it's going up. It's Jimmy or Clint in the modern era, whatever year they become eligible, because Jimmy will be eligible senior Clint. They're picking Jimmy. I mean, guaranteed.
Yeah, but Clint will still be eligible
But
after, and I'm
that's-
not saying
yeah,
Clint's
That's my
going to get
question.
in as a straight
That's my
driver.
question. Is he going to continue to be eligible?
As long
or
as
is
he
it
gets voted in.
that's the thing, or is it like a 4-year thing and then he's out?
See,
Like,
now
you
I
have 4
think
years to get in. If they don't vote you in, you're out.
Clint, 25 years as like a commentator. He's there for a long time. Everybody loves him, I'm sure. Then I think that they'll probably sneak him in, assuming he
yeah.
keeps commentating
Yeah.
and he stays
'Cause,
lovable.
I don't know. Is Mike Joy in there? Because honestly, I take
Mike
Mike
Joy
Joy
is
over
gonna
Mike
go to the
Joy,
Hall of
he
Fame,
has to.
Because fuck Clint. But if we're talking
For-
commentators, fuck
yeah.
Clint Boyer. Give me Mike Joy, man. Give me him every day. I love me some Mike Joy. I'm gonna Google that. I don't think he is.
Mike Joy will get in. Sure, when
I
you,
would think so.
if he
'Cause
retires.
it's just NASCAR in general.
I don't
right?
think NASCAR's at the point where like they're just throwing in the contributors like
No, you're
and
right.
the
I don't think so.
commentators and like yeah. He'll make it in.
Okay, so
I'm
he's not in the NASCAR Hall of Fame, but he is in some.
Broadcasters.
He's in the Riverside Park Speedways Hall of Fame. Couldn't tell you what that is.
Oh, that's very prestigious, Matt.
And the New England Auto Racers Hall of Fame.
That's all in New England.
And the picture that they picked is very unflattering. It was this one. Very unflattering picture. of Mike
one's
Joy.
rough.
Back when it
That
was
one's
speed network.
Like, yeah, back when it was speed. Oh, that was rough.
That one looks like
Wow.
he did a bunch of bath salts and then like they turned on all the lights and they like told him to
Yeah.
go, and
Hey,
he's just kind of sitting there like,
sitting there in
oh,
limbo,
I
like, I don't know
gotta,
what's going on.
I gotta act like I'm not fucked up.
Yeah, although I'm totally toasted right
Yeah.
now.
Which I'm not trying to accuse Mike Joy of anything, I'm just saying
No,
that's
Mike
what
Joy's fine.
that's what that picture looked
We
like.
all like Mike Joy. I will take.
I would agree.
I'll take Mike Joy over Rick fuck my in the face Allen because I hate that guy.
Yeah,
Screw that guy. Screw Rick Allen.
He should have never left doing truck races. He was a
fully
nice
agree.
truck
We've talked about that.
commentator.
Fully agree. No, he was great at trucks, right? I will take Rick Allen. Let me preference this. I'll take Rick Allen in trucks over Michael Waltrip in trucks. I think I have a stronger hatred for Michael Waltrip than I do Rick Allen.
See, now, I like that combination in the truck races, but I only really like it because of, I was like 8 watching the truck races.
Yeah, and you really didn't know what
Kind of like how Matt Crafton is
know.
still my
You just
favorite
didn't
truck
know.
driver.
Yeah.
Like, he's just that one holdover from when my, previous favorite truck driver, Todd Bonine,
Yeah.
was still in the sport, and they had, Mike Skinner, and, yeah. Matt Crafton just outlasted everybody.
He did. Good for him, though. Got a few championships. I think 2, right? 2?
3.
3?
Because
3?
he didn't win 2019, but he finished second at Homestead.
Oh,
Another-
you're right.
yes.
You're right. He
Another
didn't win the
major
race,
problem I have
Didn't
with
win the race, but still got ahead of it. Yeah. I think that was the first.
second, because
Was it the
Austin
second?
Dillon did it in 2013 in the playoff, which I think also contributes to a little bit of the Austin
2013
Dillon hate.
2013 was not the current playoff format, though. 2014 was the first year of that.
That is true.
Because Jimmy Johnson won the 2013 championship based on the old playoff system, not the new one where it's you win and you keep going. Although I will say, and I've said this before, I'm going to say it again, the best thing NASCAR did for the playoff system was adding the stage points to the playoffs because I hated the old playoff system because I said you could have, and I still hold this true to this day, in the old playoff system, and it's still kind of true today but not as true, you could have won all 26 races and then had 3 bad races in the playoffs and not advanced. And I thought
you'd
that
be
was
out in the
dog
playoff.
shit. And I'm like, that was stupid. You could theoretically, it's not going to happen, and it never did, but you could have won all 26 races and then done jack shit in the playoffs and not won a championship. And I thought that was stupid. They switched it, and glad they did, whether you like stage racing or not. But
I like the stages.
do you?
I
I was going to
do.
ask your opinion on that because
I do. I like the stages. I mean, nobody wants to see somebody go, let's take Las Vegas.
Yeah.
Somebody can run. He's got 25
25-second lead, yeah.
on the whole entire pack. Nobody wants to sit there and watch that.
That Truex race, what was the track?
Oh, the Coke 600 3
Yeah.
years ago where he led all but 6
Yeah.
laps. And it was like a 600-mile race. It was 400 laps.
I think Mark Martin did that once, too. I think he led
could've-
a race
yeah.
start to finish.
And that was the only big thing I had with stage racing. Because I'm like, you get those long green flag runs. I'm like, dude, it's 2 cars on the lead lap, and the next car is
that's a-
25 seconds back. I'm like, dude, this is not as exciting. And the one counterpoint that I had to that was actually Clint Boyer that I heard once, and he's like, nobody, the drivers didn't like it at first because they're like, nobody wants to be up by 25 seconds and then have the field reset. I mean, that's like being up 25 points in a football game and then back to nothing.
to zero.
You know?
Yeah.
But I think it's more strategy. I mean, you see it in the super speedway races. There's more strategy involved when you want to pit, and I think it makes the race overall better. And and to your point, I agree. It takes away the big 25,000 second lead, and then I'm like, all right, this is kind of boring. The most I see now is 10 seconds. I don't really see more than that.
No, I don't think so with the stage. I think the stages really help that.
I think so,
I
too.
mean,
And 10 seconds
And-
is
and
really,
that's a
that's
lot.
incredible.
Yeah.
Well, that
if
is.
they
and
even
now
get to
it's
that
wow.
point,
And
yeah.
I mean, you're a racer, so you know.
Yeah.
That's impeccable. And to see that change and the stage points help because, I mean, you could lead the same point of what I was saying. You could lead win all 26 races. You could lead every single lap except the last one, not win the race, and then get nothing out of it. I mean, you still finish second, you get the points, but you're missing out on all these other benefits of leading all
yeah.
the race, And I mean,
Like Logano this past week, he won stage 2. I think he finished, second
yeah, second
in
I
stage
think.
1. He got all those stage points.
Right, and he finished second in the race. So, I mean,
Yeah.
Logano got a lot of points out of
Yeah,
it.
he got the most
Yeah.
points in the race.
Yeah, and without even winning.
Well, right.
Yeah.
And it benefits them. And, maybe some people's arguments are you could win the entire basketball game but lose on the last shot. Well, I'm not disagreeing with you on that necessarily. I just feel like racing is totally different.
Oh yeah, I agree.
I mean, it's totally different thing we're talking about here. And the way that the playoffs are formatted, it's so different. Because you get rewarded for... You get rewarded in like basketball, for example, you're the number one seed, so you play lesser teams. Mm-hmm. Well, you could have won all the races and you got no reward out of that. What do you get? You get nothing. Now you at least get, well, you won 15 races, you get X amount of playoff points. So then you have a better chance to get yourself into the Final Four. Mm-hmm. Now, I still think there's problems with the Final Four, and we talked about this before.
Oh my God.
We talked about this this last fall.
I mean, I had a whole episode where I just cried about Kevin
Harvick.
After
Kevin Harvick,
right after he didn't make
right after he didn't make
he didn't even like do that horrible in that like round of 8.
Mm-hmm.
It just wasn't good enough.
Yeah.
By like a single position.
One spot. And honestly, he was kind of stupid to spin Kyle Busch out at the end of the corner. I feel like you should do that going into the corner.
And it was also like...
You should do that going into turn 3, not coming out of turn 4.
Yeah.
And I think he kind of was like, I got to do something, and I feel like I missed my opportunity, so I'm going to try something, and it didn't work. Yeah. Because he could have spun him out. Now, I don't know, NASCAR might not have been happy about it, but in the end...
He would have been in the Final Four.
He would have been in the Final Four. Unless they docked him something, I don't know.
And goddamn Joey Logano, he won the spring. He won in the spring, took the whole fucking summer off. And then all of a sudden he reappears at, what was it, like Texas? And
well, Kyle Busch won the Texas race.
Oh,
Busch
won Logano won the other like 0.5 or 1.5 race.
Which
I'm trying to think. It was the first one in the round of 8.
Kansas?
It was Kansas. So it was Logano.
You're right. It was Kansas.
First,
yes,
and it was Harvick second, and Logano did the fucking Ryan Newman hard to pass thing. Like everything
you're right. Yes, I remember that race now.
Everything that they say about Ryan Newman is just Joey Logano.
Fully agree. I remember we talked about that race, and that we had the same conversation. He really outright won that race because of how hard he raced Kevin Harvick. Because Kevin Harvick was second, and that end of the race caused Kevin Harvick that championship, because I think if they would have made it to Homestead, I think they would have pulled out some stops and made it happen. But because of that, he didn't get in there, and Joey Logano was. It was the same thing that happened at the Martinsville race the year he won his championship, 2018, when Martin Truex Jr. had a great year, winning all sorts of races. The big 3 was that year, 2018. Mm-hmm. Martin Truex Jr., and Kevin Harvick, Kyle Busch. And Joey Logano kind of gave MTJ the nudge and won the race, and then won. He won the battle, but he actually did win the war.
He did win the war.
He won the championship that year. The whole thing is all full fucking circle there, man.
God damn.
But last year he won Las Vegas and Phoenix, and then he took the full summer off.
Mm-hmm. The whole summer off.
Yep. Whole summer, just shit the bread, or shit the bed. Shitting bricks, and then
honestly, he should have just pulled like a Mike Tyson and like just fuck some whores, do a little coke, and then just kind of show up for the fight.
Yeah.
And as long as you're not facing Buster Douglas, like it's gonna be perfectly fine for him.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean,
which I love making that comparison. That little fucking nerd with the glasses.
Yeah, because he wears his fucking glasses when he races. God, unreal.
I swear he wears those fucking glasses so that people don't punch him in the face anymore.
So he doesn't punch him. Yep, you're right. I could
see
it.
You're
I
wrong.
could really see it. I don't think his eyes got that bad to where he has to wear glasses.
Yeah.
Unless he just wore contacts, and then he's like, nah, I'm gonna put on the glasses. I think people are too mad at me. I think it's just like a.
Yeah.
That's just a weak move.
Smart move, but weak, yeah.
Yeah, smart, I guess. All right. Well, no new updates to the doghouse.
Nope. Ryan Blaney looked good, but I mean, there's only one way out of the doghouse.
You gotta win. We talked about that at Vegas, too. And honestly, Alex Bowman looked good considering he wrecked. And he had a torn up fender. He did pretty good for 13th, where his position was. I thought wasn't so bad for a team that had a bad fender. It's, again, Hendrick just showing some speed. So, upcoming races, guys.
Ooh.
I'm excited. Get to go to the Atlanta race. I'm leaving on Thursday. I'm pumped, by the way.
Oh, thanks.
So excited for
Thanks,
this
Matt.
race. I'm sorry. I just gotta. I don't know. I
just
stabbed
a
you
minute.
already. I'm just twisting the knife a little bit.
Actually, me and Dylan are actually going to drive down.
Oh, you guys are going
Yeah,
too? No
we-
way.
we
Yeah.
thought
Yeah, we are.
Oh, all right. Cool. You guys got tickets?
Yeah.
Actually, no, we're going to go to the Bristol dirt race instead.
Yeah.
Oh, are you? I would love to go to that. I still want to go, but
It would be
I
cool.
think it's sold out.
I'm just taking my favorite
is.
map.
It's so-
Per capacity. It's
Oh,
sold
I
out.
know.
Yeah.
I really it sold out that same day. I actually went on to buy tickets.
Did you actually?
Yes.
God, I would have fucking
It
loved
sold
to go
out
to
the
that.
same day.
God,
Yeah, I'm going.
I don't know what capacity is. But
It has to be probably like 50K because they could fit 180 people
No.
in that facility.
No, I don't think so.
You don't think it's that much?
So
They could fit like 100 some people, thousand.
this is
in there.
Tennessee we're talking about. They're gonna have a pretty.
They're gonna have a lot of people
Yeah.
in
I don't
there.
know. I
I'm
don't
thinking
think it is.
minimum like 30.
Did you see
Minimum
those
30.
Florida races
Yeah,
that
there
we've
were a lot
had
of
this year? There's
well,
a shit
Daytona
ton.
had at least 30, and they could fit 100,000 people in Daytona.
Yeah, that's true. But based off, so the Bristol dirt races that are like the late models, modified stock cars, I've been watching some Snapchats of like practice and
Yeah.
everything. It only looks like the corners. So the straightaways, there's no people. They only have them on the
really?
corners.
Why not the straight?
That I don't know.
That doesn't make sense. You
I
think
don't
you do
know
the
if
whole
that's just
thing.
the practice
Well, you remember
that they have them like that, or
Right.
if it's actually going to be at the race. Because
Right.
they're only practicing, qualifying,
Yeah,
and all that
whatever,
stuff.
yeah. But I mean, you remember at Lambeau, they had the first like how many home games they had just the center section, the 50
Yep.
and the 40 to 30, and then the playoff game, 2 playoff games, they had the whole bowl.
Yeah, they have the
You
whole
know,
logo. in
so
there.
that's what I'm saying. I don't know. Maybe
Yeah,
they
you're
will.
not. Yeah. I don't. Either way, they were sold out.
Well,
I'm like,
God, I would have loved to gone to that.
I mean,
I
I-
kind of was considering it because my sister lives like 2 hours from there.
Ooh.
And I was like, yeah, I could make that work. I was like, I can figure out a way to make that work. But, man, it's going to be such an historic event. Man, I'm excited for that. Bring some
it's gonna be
excitement back
awesome.
to Bristol.
Yes.
The
No, yeah.
Bristol Spring Race was kind of just It just kind of sucked, right? I mean, Bristol's exciting, right?
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
it is. But at the same time,
It was.
I don't know. I will still take a Bristol.
It needed a
race.
change up.
I'll always take a Bristol race
It
over
did,
a
yeah.
Texas race because fuck Texas.
Well, Texas, we still know what Texas should be going. But
Yeah, all right. Well, okay. They've gone to one race. Thank God. They have the All-Star race. Don't give a shit, but they have one race.
They still
They
have.
did what I
another-
said, and I
yeah.
could not be happier, all right? I fucking called it. Could not be happier.
They just moved one of the races to a different part of Texas.
Thank God, all right? Thank
Mm-hmm.
the fucking Lord, right? I don't know. I'm so happy about that. But I would love to go to that race. Obviously, we're going to the Road America race.
Oh,
Dylan and
yeah.
I are going.
I'm
Yeah.
going.
You're going? Fuck
You're
yeah.
going? All right.
And we're also going to the IndyCar race because Jimmy.
Oh, you are?
Jimmy. We got to go for Jimmy.
Yep.
Jimmy's racing it.
Oh,
I'm going for
when's
Jimmy.
the IndyCar race?
I think it's like 2 weeks before the, 2 or 3 weeks before the
Really?
July 4th weekend. Yeah.
Sweet. That'll be perfect. 'Cause I'll be
If I'm not
nice
racing
and sober for that.
I,
If you're not
I'll,
racing,
I'll
you're
go to
going?
that. I went there.
Perfect.
So I went there. What was it? Maybe 3 or 4 years ago. I went to Road America for
Yeah.
the nationwide race.
Oh yeah, the Xfinity race. I'm going to that race too.
Or
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
it's
I'm going to try to go to that. We go every year.
The Xfinity race. Yeah. I mean, we're going. This would be round 4.
Saw
Year
Chris
4.
Bell, Cendric, who's the
Austin,
first guy?
Justin Allgaier. Justin Allgaier
Justin
won the first
Allgaier,
year.
Yep.
Then it was Chris Bell.
Now
And
it's
then it was
Cendric.
Austin Cendric.
It'll
and now
probably be
it'll probably be
Cendric
Cendric again.
If not,
Yeah.
Allmendinger.
Yeah,
It's one
it
of the
could be
two.
All-
It could be
the
Dinger because last time the Dinger started from the back.
And the
last
Dinger
year.
almost got there.
And he almost got. I mean, It could be the Dinger.
Could be.
I'm not ruling the Dinger. We didn't even talk about the Dinger.
Fucking love the Dinger.
I love the Dinger, man. He already got a win this year.
Love the Dinger. I
And
got
a
over
mile and a
him.
half too.
Yeah.
Man, I love the Dinger.
He's
I want
good at
him-
mile and a half. He won Atlanta last
Surprisingly.
year. He won at Atlanta last year.
You're right. I'm not going to the Xfinity Atlanta race unless I can convince some other people to go to the truck and Xfinity race because it's a doubleheader that day.
Oh, I'd love to go with you, Matt, but I wasn't invited to the Atlanta
That
race.
would have been.
I
cool.
would want to go.
I'd like to go.
I want to go too, but it's hard enough to convince 4 other people who aren't NASCAR fans to go to the race.
Who's not a NASCAR fan?
Libby and Chris.
Libby.
I like Libby and Chris. Why did I not get an invite? Matt, I would pay. Oh,
Here we go. Here we go.
God.
I'm never gonna live this down. And you know what? I've accepted that. I've
Okay,
accepted
you've
that,
just
all right? It's fine.
ripped open the Band-Aid and you've just fucking like
I've
poured
already- I already
Everclear on the
twisted
wound.
knife. I already
Yeah.
twisted the knife. Here's what.
Just
All right,
hurts.
here's the deal. Here's the deal. I'll make a deal. All right, we're
Oh,
obviously
great.
going to the Road America race.
Mm-hmm.
We have to go to one more race this year that's not in the state of Wisconsin.
Well, I want to go to the fucking Bristol race.
Okay, well,
But
that's
you're like,
fucking
oh,
sold
why?
out.
Sold out.
I'm
It's
going to
sold out.
Atlanta. It's sold
All
out.
right, I already figured that was sold out. Like 2 days after I said I kind of was gonna, like, considering the fact I was gonna go, and it was already sold out. So
I'd like to go to a playoff race.
That would
So
be
would I.
pretty cool.
What's
Hear
our
me out.
options, Owen?
all right, here are the best two that I can think of. All right, Martinsville or Talladega.
Oh.
Those are the best two I can think of. All right, those are the. I would love to go to either two of those.
Both.
Matt, we going to Talladega?
Tadega's fat. It's
I would
closer.
love to go to. Well, no, Dega's farther away.
Yeah,
Technically,
Dega's got to
Martinsville's
be
closer.
farther away.
Martinsville's in Virginia, I think, or Tennessee.
I don't think I've ever been to Virginia.
Neither have I.
I've been to Alabama. That was
I
a
don't think I've
trip.
ever. I might have been to Alabama.
That was a trip.
Couldn't-
Alabama's strange.
Yeah.
I like Alabama.
So take your pick.
But it's
or
strange.
Take your pick or flip a coin. All right.
I
Flip
would-
this bush cap.
We'll right now on this pod, whichever one you pick, we are going to.
I'm gonna flip this bush cap.
And Matt, you're invited.
All right.
Logo
You think
or
you
no
come
logo?
too?
Oh, perfect.
Call it, Matt.
Logo or no logo? Well,
Yeah,
which
for-
one's what?
For Daga.
Logo's Daga.
Whatever you pick
All
is
right, yeah,
Daga.
do that.
Logo is Daga. All right.
Okay.
Flipping, I'll call it midair. Logo. What is it? What is it?
Let me
We're
roll
going to
over.
Martinsville.
We're going to
All right,
Martinsville.
we're doing it. All right,
All
we're
right.
doing it.
We got.
Right now.
You gotta love the short track.
I gotta
I mean-
love the short track, man.
I
That's
mean,
gonna
they're
be a great
both
race.
great.
Never
Oh.
been.
They'll
I've
both be
only
great,
been to
you're
Road
right.
America. Excited. Going to Martinsville.
We're going to Martinsville. Let's do this.
What
boys.
is Martinsville?
Let's
I think
look-
Martinsville's
let's look at the date.
like
That's
Let's
gotta
find
be
the date.
mid
Let's
2
find
or
playoffs.
3 weeks from now, and
Is
then
it the final 8?
I think that
in
there's a
Martinsville?
second Martinsville race, right? Or did they
Well,
get
the
rid of
first,
that?
The first Martinsville race is Mother's. No, not Mother's Day weekend. No,
They don't
that's-
race on
no,
Mother's
no.
Day.
They do race on Mother's Day. No, I think it's
No,
Mother's
they don't
Day.
race on Mother's
Yes,
Day.
they do.
No, they don't.
Oh,
They race
oh
on
no,
Father's
they
Day.
race on the day before Mother's Day. I'm sorry.
Yeah, they never race on Mother's Day.
Sorry, it's the day. It's the Mother's Day weekend is what I'm thinking of. Okay, so the first Martinsville race. Okay, you're right. April 10th. They are racing. No, they are racing on Mother's Day. May 9th, Darlington race. It's the throwback weekend. And so we're going to Martinsville Speedway October 31st for the Xfinity 500. The race, the last race in the round of 8. That's exciting, man. We're doing it.
All right.
We're doing it, man. That's awesome.
Sweet. Live on the pod.
October 31st. Counting it. That'll be 3 this year, boys. I'm excited for that. Let's
There we
fucking
go.
Yeah, hell yeah. We're going, man. I'm excited for that. That is in Virginia. It is in Virginia. So we'll see how the season goes. See who's in
Yeah.
See who's in it in the end.
Mm-hmm.
God, let's fucking go, boys. Yeah.
Martinsville, that's gonna be.
Be a
Yeah,
good
that-
race.
Oh, hell yeah.
All right, let's do it.
So
Well,
it's the last race in the final 8.
yes.
So it's
Last
gonna.
race in the final 8.
So it's gonna be the end of the race. It's gonna be 5-4.
Yeah, that'll be the second to last race, and that'll be the final
That's-
4.
Wow.
I don't think I was just. Let's go to Phoenix.
My grandma's got a house in Phoenix.
Oh.
Matt,
I'm going
Matt,
there.
let's click buy tickets and see if there's any available.
I'm going there the week that you're going to Atlanta.
Oh, that's
I'm
right.
going Wednesday, Thursday.
Yeah, you are.
Something like
That's next week, right?
Yep.
Next week. Yeah.
that. So I'm gonna have to watch it.
I think there's.
I have to
still
watch
tickets.
Atlanta from Phoenix a week behind. I think I messed that vacation up.
I think there are still seats left, boys. So
Ooh.
could always do Phoenix. No. We flipped it. We'll stick in the Martinsville. We're sticking to Martinsville.
We do Martinsville too.
We'll do Martinsville.
Phoenix direct flight, Appleton, Allegiant, flight's $100. We'll see.
Maybe we'll make a last second decision. We'll
Yeah.
see how it goes. See how the weekend
Sporadic.
goes.
We might as well stay till Monday too.
Yeah,
Monday,
I
Tuesday.
know. I don't know. We'll see how work. We'll see how busy work is. We'll see how busy
In the
work
fall,
is.
we're slow in the fall. We'll be good.
I don't know. I'm trying, do the best I can, Matt. Do the best I can. All right, upcoming race. Obviously, it's Atlanta. So let's talk some picks. Let's talk some race preview. Dylan, actually, you know what? You're not technically last. We'll say Matt's last.
I'm last. I got zero points on the
0
last
points.
race.
Okay.
You're really gonna give this one to me like this?
I guess.
I don't know. Yeah, let's do it.
Oh, Penske and Ford let me down last week. Not gonna let me down this week. Got to go Ford Penske.
Ford Penske. I mean, honestly, I
And
can't bet against it.
we got the corn cobs going. We got to go Kevin Harvick.
Kevin Harvick. Ooh.
Honestly,
Stole my pick. I know you did that on purpose, Matt Kaz.
you're gonna come out. We're gonna come out of this, and Matt's gonna be leading after 1 week or 2 weeks. Kevin Harvick's gonna win, and he's gonna be at 6, and we're gonna be at 0 or 6. We're gonna fucking. All right, Dylan. What are your picks?
Who's Matt number 2 picking for Xfinity? Sorry, I
Oh,
called
good
you
point.
number
Good
2.
point. Who's
You're number 1 in my heart though,
Ooh.
because this fucker
fuck off, Dylan.
made me pick second.
Get out of my fucking basement, then.
Thinking about it.
Ooh, I don't even know what I'd pick for Xfinity.
I think James Davison. I don't even know if he's running, but if he is, he'll have a good week.
You think
Should
so?
pick him. Yeah.
I don't think I'm picking James
What
Davidson.
about Gregson?
Oh, yeah.
Gregson?
That's a good
No,
pick.
Gregson.
Well, he never burned me.
He did last
I think we
week.
gotta go for him.
Last week. He did last week.
All right.
Dylan's me picking.
So for my picks, if we're not gonna go Harvick, I guess I got to go Logano.
Oh, leaving an option on the table.
And then
Logano
also
is still a good
Even
pick.
the goddamn
the other
speed
brother.
I've seen from Brad
What?
Keselowski this year
Yeah.
is impressing me. And then I don't know, maybe Ryan Blaney will win at something other than Talladega. So I'm picking Penske for my team.
Penske. I mean, I can't. Honestly, guys,
Also-
I think we might be all picking the same team.
Hedge
I
my
don't think you
bets.
could not go.
I can't.
Yeah.
You can't not.
Now, do I want to go straight forward, or do I think maybe I don't know, Kurt Busch pulls one out of his hat, or fucking Chase Elliott?
I will say I was rewatching part of the Atlanta race, listening to it when I was at work today, and they brought up Kurt Busch quite a bit.
Mm-hmm.
He was making some moves.
I remember a Kurt Busch race when he was in the number 2 where he just start to finish dominated that race.
Yeah.
Even when he'd lose the lead, it's he's just going to come right back.
Oh yeah.
Manufacturer. I'm going to go Chevy. Just hedge my bets a little bit,
That's an interesting pick.
just in case.
In case you get an Alex Bowman just fucking come out and surprise the fucking world
Yep.
again. I don't
Yeah,
know.
I
Hendrick
mean-
seems to do that this year, so Kyle Larson wasn't supposed to win at Vegas, and Willie B, what the fuck, so you never know.
Willie B really did surprise me.
He really did.
That was a
Yeah.
good race.
That was a good race. 5 more laps, Reddick would have had him.
Oh yeah.
5 more
Indeed.
laps. Not even,
No.
maybe 3 laps.
And if Reddick would have won that, I mean,
Now, I am
Right.
looking at the entry list for the race. And I'm looking, and my 2 regulars that I think are going to win, probably Cendric or Allmendinger, because I know Dinger won last year.
Yep, he did.
And, I mean,
And
he's winning at
full-time now.
1.5s now.
He is. I mean, he won at Vegas.
And then I'm also thinking, Harrison Burton's probably going to win one.
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I would say.
Yeah, I would
Yeah,
say
I
I
so.
would say.
I would say for sure. He would definitely get a win.
Brandon Jones.
Oh, fuck
is
off
also
with
good.
Brandon Jones.
Love
No, you
Brandon
were texting me
Jones.
last week about Brandon Jones, and I did not want to believe it. And to my
Do you want to
delight,
keep this pod
was
or not?
Austin Cendric. Yeah.
Well, no, Matt, you've just brought in your future replacement.
Oh, wow.
I no longer have to find
Wow.
Kyle and then sober him up.
Yeah, you're right.
I have
Kyle.
I literally have a
and
built-in
you
Matt.
know, and you know,
to replace you.
that Kyle would never have sobered up.
which is kind of why I want him on the podcast.
It's a good point.
Because if you think I was like hammered last week and talking shit about
I don't think you were hammered
Illinois.
last week at all.
Oh, I'm sorry. Illinois.
Where do we get drinks again? Where do we get drinks again?
Enthusiasts.
The local what?
The local pub.
I don't know why. It's so funny to me.
You
when
go to
say
the
that.
tavern?
Local pub.
Pub.
It's just funny to me.
Well, I'll say tavern sometimes, so pub sounded
Well,
better
when it's
that
a tavern, you call it a tavern.
Well, I mean,
It's a pub.
there are taverns, there are pubs. You can call it a watering hole. Whatever
Watering hole.
whatever floats your
The
boat
local
that night.
watering hole.
Fucking Africa.
Watering
or what?
hole. You trying to say something about Africa, Matt?
Nope, not a damn thing.
No.
I'm
But
done.
I'm going to
Shut my
pick
mouth.
Martin Truex Jr. for the Xfinity.
Oh, he's in the Xfinity.
He's in it. I looked at the thing to
pick.
see if Ty Gibbs was in there, and then I'm like,
yeah, I'm picking right off the gut.
Martin
man. Right off the
Truex?
heart. Just pure gut, man.
number one, who do you got?
So you left a very
I think the pick,
obvious
the pick is
pick
obvious,
on the
Dylan.
table, Dylan.
I kind of
picking
knew what I was
Who's
doing.
behind
Yeah.
you? Brad Keselowski.
Fuck. I feel like half of it is just so that I have to somewhat root against Brad.
You know, this is now the third week, I believe. Maybe third week, fourth week that I've picked a Penske driver. I could look
Probably.
back, but it's been at least 3 now. I've picked a
Someone
Penske
picks
driver.
Penske every week on this podcast. Let's
One
be
of
real.
these
Well,
weeks, a Penske driver will
Penske's
win.
just there.
One of these weeks. Just waiting for them to put it all together. Cup team, you both picked Penske. I feel like Penske's going to win, and I should do a full
You're going
parlay
for-
on Brad.
Go for the full pull.
Full parlay, buddy.
I'm doing the full pull then.
Oh,
All
I
right,
mean,
Penske
even
it
if
is.
Logano wins.
Yeah,
I mean, you're-
Penske wins. Ford manufacturer. Now, Xfinity driver.
It's getting saucy.
A little tough. Not gonna lie, a little tough of a pick here. You left a few good options on the table.
I left almost all the options except Martin Truex
Yeah,
on the
you're right. You
table.
left all of them on there.
Yeah.
Could it be Austin Cindric? Could be. Could be the Dinger? Yeah. Yeah, I don't see why not.
It'd be the ding.
I'm gonna go with the Dinger. Two-peat. Two-peat. It's a little bit, it's a little out there, but I could see it happening.
The ding.
The Dinger. And we got a truck race this week. Last week they didn't race, so we'll see how that goes. I'm always excited.
I don't have a
for
lot of
truck race.
stock in the trucks. I hope Crafton wins. Also, really
Always.
like that John Hunter's in the series.
Oh, I love it, John.
Yeah.
I like John Hunter in the series. I just think he has more talent than the truck series.
Yeah. That's why he went back to the truck series. He's trying to do a little
Prove
better
himself.
than front row.
I think he
Then front row
outperformed at front row.
He
He
did.
outperformed at front row. He should have a better ride. And I've said that before.
I think that's what
I agree with
factored
that.
into his decision.
Yeah. Maybe this leads to a Joe Gibbs drive.
Definitely
It's
could.
Kyle Busch Motorsports, Joe Gibbs affiliate. I'm not saying that he's going to end up at Joe Gibbs, but he could take that number 18 seat from Daniel Hemrick, run there full time,
Or if
and then take Denny Hamlin's spot whenever 2311 makes a second team and Denny Hamlin switches over, because I could see that happening too.
I don't know.
see now, I hope that doesn't happen just because I don't want to see that FedEx 11 be driven by anybody else besides Denny.
I said the
But-
same thing about Jimmy in the 48, but
now
I've
Bowman's-
come to terms now. I think I have finally, after 5 races, just accepted it. Right? I think there's nothing more I can do. Right? It just come to fruition.
I think what John Hunter is aiming for is when 2311 Racing opens their second team. I think that's what he's going for.
That's a very ambitious plan and a very long-term plan on a hope.
The slow play.
On a hope.
On a hope.
On a real hope, because I think they're gonna. We talked about it before. I think they're gonna struggle this year alone. I mean, even next year, it's.
I was surprised. I mean, Bubba.
I'm surprised.
Bubba showed his face in that.
I agree.
Phoenix race.
Considering what they have and the equipment they have, I have too. I mean, They finally, this last race, put a full race together, it seemed like. They at least got a top, I think they 16th, that said? 15th,
Yeah.
whatever?
15, 16, yeah.
It was 16th.
Top 20, all right? Now, for that team, I think that's great, considering the first 4 races were,
They were at least making moves in this race.
Oh, for
Yeah.
sure. And even the 500, I think they were making moves. But once you kind of get out of the 500, which is kind of its own beast in and of its own, to kind of settle
Beautiful
into the
shit
season,
show.
kind of settle into the season. I think they'll make something happen. I mean, we talked before. I don't think they may or may not win a race. I think that's kind of ambitious.
Yeah.
It would have to be a one. It'd have
That's
to
what
be.
Michael Jordan wants is a win. But
You're right.
I
He
think
doesn't
that
pay winners.
I do think
or
that's,
losers, I should say. He doesn't pay losers.
I do think that's ambitious.
I think so.
I mean, I'd say.
I think
Well,
we should
no.
try to
I
expect
think
one
so.
in
Top
like
fives and-
within the
2
first
years.
3 years. I would
But-
say 3.
You know, if we're talking, and I know we've talked about this before, and I know I've said that a few times now on this podcast, but so far, best new team, 2021, Trackhouse. I know you hate Pitbull, but I think they have overperformed.
I don't just hate Pitbull.
You
I hate
despise
Suarez.
him. Oh, you hate Suarez too? I don't
Yeah,
mind
I'm not a
Suarez.
fan of that guy.
Why?
I'm not.
I don't mind him. What do you got against
He
him?
aligned himself with Pitbull. Also, he
Okay.
also he
I
really
don't know
sucked.
if that's. I don't know
He
if that's
really
his point.
sucked, Matt. He
When?
sucked.
Okay, and Joe
With
Gibbs,
Gibbs, yeah.
fully agree.
He took
Not
over
disagreeing with
Edwards'
you.
ride and then did absolutely nothing with it.
Not disagreeing. with
Nothing.
you. I agree.
Had to run with Gaunt Brothers. Didn't even do that well. And now he's
But
failed
now-
upwards because he's aligned himself with a world-class shyster in Pitbull who does nothing. He does nothing. Mr. Worldwide. I fucking hate that guy.
I know you hate football. I know you do, but I think so far to this point they've been the better new team.
Why can't Justin Marks just drive for them? It's his fucking team.
Well, then you'd have BJ McLeod sucking it up every week because BJ McLeod drives for his own team with Matt Tiff. I still don't understand that connection. I don't. I don't even want to understand how that works, but it works, all right? It just does. That team sucks. I want to see them do well. I want to see every new team do well. I want to see Rick Ware Racing do something for their fucking life, but I'm still holding out hope.
I kind of
I'm
like
still
where
holding
they're
out
at. They're just, I never
They're
have
there.
to worry about
There's
them.
There's 4 drivers, and they're there. All right, they don't do anything. All you hear, the only time they get publicity is Mike Joy within the first stage. Well, and Garrett
Mike
Smithley went to the garage every time. All right, that's all you ever hear from Rick.
When they're
Ware
doing the intros at the start of the race and they have all the little
Racing. They
animations
don't even
of the
do that.
guys.
They only go to top 10, and then they just list them off on like the bottom
know.
screen. They only do the
I
top
like,
10.
know,
and
they'll
that's
say-
I like
it.
when they used to start from the back. They'd be like,
Go
all right,
all the way up,
starting
yeah.
20.
We'll say,
Yeah, starting.
there's Garrett Smithley.
39th, Derek Cope. The number 15 for Rick Rover.
Best finish
Racing.
in 15th year or in 15 years. 29th.
Yeah. Oh, best finish at this track. 38th.
Garrett Cope. Didn't he win a 500 like
Yes, he did.
right over like Dale
did.
Sr.? Like,
did.
didn't he just steal one from Dale?
He did. Yes, he did.
That's rough.
And remember at the 500, that was the only thing. That was the only time he ever got talked about. Actually, I shouldn't say that. He got talked about, and then he blew an engine like 5 laps into the race, and then they talked about him, and then they didn't talk about him the rest of the race.
The
Then we had like a 5-hour rain delay, but whatever.
the Michael McDowell to Brad Keselowski. He won that race, even though at the end it seemed like Brad was making his move.
Yeah,
Coulda
but
got
I
it.
mean,
Kinda
could Joey?
thought-
I mean, Michael
coulda
could
won
turn out to be
I
a
thought
pretty
that
decent
really, if they
racer
didn't pull the
now.
caution, I thought that Chase Elliott kind of won that race.
I would have to agree. As long as it wasn't Austin fuck me in the face, Dylan, because
long
he was
as it-
there. As long as
Yeah.
it's not that fucker again,
No,
because he stole 2018 away from everybody. That douchebag. God, I hate Austin Dillon.
got to keep RCR going.
I feel like he's
Yeah.
probably not a bad dude, but like everything in his career has
Yeah.
just went
Yo,
so
but-
bad.
Hold on. I have one
Or
argument
it's
for
just
this.
went.
I have one argument for this. Did you watch The Crew on Netflix?
No,
I have.
I
Yes?
haven't.
All episodes.
You watch all of them? I did too.
have.
I have not.
You know
I was
the
too busy
one-
watching
the
Lane
one
and stuff.
Dylan-
Fucking point. He was in that show for 30 seconds, and it was the worst 30 seconds of the entire fucking show. Ryan Blaney and Austin Dillon are sitting there at the table, and Ryan Blaney's looking like a... All right, I love Ryan Blaney.
Like
by
a
the way.
ball.
Like a fucking great guy. Sweet stash, right? He's eating some wings, and he's making a joke at Kevin James. Like, you've had enough wings. I don't have any wings. No, like in life. Like a low-key fat joke, right? Kind of funny, right? And Austin Dillon's sitting there, and all he fucking talks about is his 500 win. And I don't even know how it got brought up. All of a sudden, he's like... And Ryan Blaney's like, dude, one conversation where you don't bring that 500 win up. And I'm like, that fucking douchebag.
That
man.
show made me hate Austin
I
Dillon
hate him even more because all he talked about was his 500 win. I'm like, dude.
I mean,
fuck off.
I hate him too. I hate him because his name is spelt wrong.
I know you don't like how they
hate
spell
him
Dylan.
Because his fucking grandpa just gave him the number 3.
Fully agree. Fully
100%.
agree.
100%.
Silver spoon wine sack. Not disagreeing.
I hate him because like he doesn't do a lot in the series.
He doesn't do jack shit. Fully agree.
I mean, like literally outside of the 3 wins he has, he is incredibly irrelevant. That's why I kind of hate him. I feel like he's not deep down a bad dude.
I'm sure.
But I feel like he's just every career move he's ever made just is like the exact wrong one. Like, he should honestly run away from being, like, the successor to the 3. And,
so
like,
bad.
aligning himself with his grandfather, who's basically given him everything. Like, honestly, he maybe, like, he should have, went to a different Cup team when he was, after he got done with the Xfinity.
I agree.
He hasn't made it on his own, really.
I agree.
It feels like, to me.
I agree, he hasn't. And, there's one thing besides, family giving you a ride. Because Chase Elliott is an example. Bill Elliott made the name, right?
Yeah.
And Chase Elliott just kind of got in there. But Chase Elliott has at least won a championship and is successful, right? He at least, has won
at least
10 plus races and is good, right? He's at least made a name for himself.
The Golden Boy has lived up to expectations.
He has, and I fully agree. Like, he's hyped, right? Everybody, most popular driver, I agree. But he's at least won a championship now and won races, right? He can at least back up his success, right? Yeah. Like, I've at least won a Austin Dillon. This guy hasn't done shit for the sport, man.
Yeah.
Nothing.
Nothing. Literally nothing.
Yeah.
I'm more pissed last year he got a win because, one, it took a playoff spot away from Jimmy Johnson, which I'm still pissed about because fuck that douche. And 2, just because he is not successful and he's just given the ride. Just, here, take it.
Like, Ty Dillon actually has, now that he's at least with Joe Gibbs, has a legit shot to kind of make it on his own.
I agree.
Like, he's
And
got
I
those
think-
8 races
I
in
might
the
actually-
54.
I think he will. Especially seeing what happened in the 500 in the last few races, Xfinity races. He might make a name for himself, apart from RCR and the relationship they had with Germain Racing, which is now gone. Germain Racing sold the charter. They might make something happen. He might make a name for himself in the Xfinity Series. And I hope he does, because I want to root for Ty Dillon over... Actually, I do root for Ty Dillon over Austin Dillon, because I just fucking hate Austin Dillon. Especially because he just calls himself out as a Silver Spoon.
Yeah, when
he called himself out at Texas as a Silver Spoon kid, and I'm like, dude, you only won that race
That's when he won,
because
yeah.
of strategy.
Do you remember our first podcast? That was like the week that he burnt his ass by putting ice.
Oh, that's
in
right.
the car.
Yes, he had to get out of the car.
Oh, yes.
Oh, I forgot.
Because it
They
started
gave him
boiling.
an ice pack, and then the water got too hot that it started to burn him.
It boiled.
Oh, my God, I forgot about that.
It
He
boiled.
boiled his
It
own
boiled.
ass.
He did.
Boiled it.
Boy. Freaking boiled, man.
Kind of incredible that we shit on a guy who literally boiled his own ass. Like, Matt, if that was just generic driver number 3, if that was Ryan Preece, we would love Ryan Preece.
Oh, I love Ryan
even
Preece.
more
Hell,
than we
yes,
already
would.
do.
Hell, or if it's the Biff.
Oh, the Biff.
Yeah,
Oh.
the Biff, baby.
I love the Biff. Oh.
We like the Biff. We do like the Biff. We need... You know what?
Should we get Biffle on the pod?
Man, I would
You think
love
he'd
to
come?
try. I think we could give him a phone call.
I mean,
Maybe
what
it
is he
would-
doing besides like fishing right now? Like he's
I don't know.
retired. He's like 50.
What more would you want to do?
Exactly.
Yeah, I don't know. We could try.
You know what?
Is the Biff really 50?
Probably.
He's probably pretty old.
Mid
I don't know.
40s.
Yeah,
I would
he's
say mid 40s.
Minimum mid 40s.
He was
Minimum.
pretty old.
He was
yeah.
pretty old. I think he was.
But Biff, if you come on the pod, just an open letter to Biff right now. I will literally supply you with any kind of beer you want. I will, like, if you want to drink fucking bourbon, I will find a bottle of Pappy Van Winkle. And I will get it here. I swear to fucking God, if you come. And, like, we can do a 15-minute pod, and I will just literally suck your dick with my words.
That's what she said.
With my words, Matt. Like, for as long as you want, Biffle. Like, yep, Matt's making the gesture right now. And I will. I swear to God. I wanna. Come on the podcast, Matt. Or, I mean, Biffle.
I am.
Come on the podcast.
Yeah.
And Matt, he'll come. Both Matts.
Both bands.
Both
Matt's
Matts. Both Matts will come.
All right.
I love you, Biff.
Any more bold Atlanta predictions? I can't wait to tell you guys how it went.
So
I cannot wait. I'm so excited.
So there is
I think
part
I'm
of me.
gonna have to come on the next podcast because
You should.
Might have to.
Yes. So now, I know my pick was against what I'm about to say, but I do think that there's a good chance at Atlanta that this will be the first repeat winner. If not, I can almost guarantee you that like
I don't think so.
16 drivers,
Yeah.
you might have to win.
You have to win. You got to be like top 16 in points.
Yeah, I don't think you're going to make
I
it
don't
on
think
points.
it's gonna be.
There's a good chance
You
that
can't make it on points.
Yeah.
I think there's going to be like 2 or 3 drivers, if lucky, make it on points.
I think that there might be like if we get a 6th driver that wins this week,
On the 6th race,
I think that we're looking at a real good chance of like maybe you need to win because it might be like 16 different winners.
I agree. And with the dirt race, wild card. Nashville Superspeedway, wild card, man. All the road courses,
Road America? I mean,
We
Wild
got
card,
one
man. I
usual
don't know.
suspect that won. We got like one usual suspect that won.
yeah.
Martin Truex Jr.
That's a good point.
rest of them, I mean,
he's
you're
kind
right.
of a, he's probably going to win one. You know, you could probably give him one. Like
Guarantee
Kyle
one.
Busch, Kevin Harvick, like we talked about. You could give them one, right? They're probably going to win, you know, in the next, I mean, there's still 20-some races in the regular season. They'll probably get one. You know, you can probably assume. But you're right. I mean, the first 4, I didn't expect any of them to win. And I thought Kyle Larson was going to win at Homestead, and he didn't. So I kind of wrote him off. Like, maybe the dirt race. And he
I
came out and
figured
won
that
Las
Larson
Vegas.
would win one.
I thought so too, but
you look
not
at
the race.
McDowell, Christopher Bell.
Bell?
I mean, both
Billy
Larson.
Byron? Fuck me,
Billy
dude.
B.
What the fuck, man?
All right, I
Unreal.
did not think that.
I did not think he was gonna win. We talked, you know. I
And
don't know,
as
man.
dominant as he was too, I mean, he
was.
just like I was texting you, Matt. Like I was just coming to terms with it, like
Yeah.
in real time. Like, oh my God, there's not going to be a caution.
It's gonna happen.
They're not going to catch him. It's over.
It was over, and he won.
Been shitting on this guy like his
We
whole
still
life.
shit on him, and I mean, honestly, yeah. I mean, yeah.
But now he's showing up in our fucking winners section of our winners and losers every week.
Yeah.
Him
he
and
does.
Chris Bell, who granted we didn't shit all over
We
Chris
did
Bell.
it, and honestly, it only took him 2 races to win in Joe Gibbs equipment. Great on the guy, phenomenal. I'm expecting him to be a contender every week now, which is great for Christopher Bell. One of the best moves Joe Gibbs made.
No, I agree.
But
Adam Stevens' revenge tour on
Oh,
Kyle
for
Busch.
sure,
oh
man.
my God.
for sure. Well, any more bold predictions? Oh yeah, I can't wait, man. I'm
Yeah.
excited. I got one of the radio so I can listen in.
Really?
I did.
That's
It was
cool.
totally
He's just
worth
trying to
it.
rub
I'm
it in,
excited.
Dylan.
I am a little
That's
bit,
cool.
but not really.
He's gonna-
Oh yeah, because you're going to Atlanta.
All right, yeah.
So I guess my final words on this podcast are really just, fuck you, Matt. Number 1. Matt number 2 over here is my new favorite Matt.
Oh wow, that
Agreed.
was fast.
Agreed.
That was
Actually,
fast.
I'm going to call him Matt A.
And
gonna
I'm
call
Matt
you-
B.
No, you-
even
oh,
though
no.
he's Matt B.
I'm Matty B.
He's Matty B. His,
Matty B.
Oh yeah, I mean his last name starts with a B, so he's Matty B.
Really?
Matty B.
Yes, yeah.
Who would have knew?
I mean, I did, but
I mean, this is
I've been friends for a while. but-
for all 10 fans that we have. This is the first time I've ever met Matt B.
Matt B. Good point. You're right. I mean, I feel like he knows you because he
Oh,
listens
I
to
know.
every pod.
I know Dylan well.
I was actually a
I
little
haven't missed a
scared
pod
coming
yet.
in today
Yeah,
just
that's a
because
good
of a lot of stupid opinions I've had and inflammatory comments against people of Illinois and
Hashtag cancel those.
whatnot. But I like him. He's actually, my favorite Matt now.
Well, all right. I'll take the demotion. It's fine.
You earned it.
I did.
You
That's
earned
fine.
it.
That's
Say
it.
hi to Libby for me and Matt and Chris.
I will.
Tell Chris I'm going to drink a couple of just eggs for him.
Ah,
Just
man.
straight
great.
eggs.
All right. I don't feel like getting into that story.
Full Rocky
Well-
Balboa style.
I'll tell you next week how it goes.
Mm-hmm.
Matt sounds like he's going to be on again next week.
Oh,
Based
I
on
got it.
Oh,
how it
love
sounded
that.
I
like.
got my
so
picks on there. I have to.
You're right.
Love
He's going to
that.
be back next week. So
perfect.
we'll talk next week, and I'll tell you how it goes, and we'll
Yeah.
see how the race goes.
You
Besides
remem-
me going.
Yeah. You remember when we convinced Sam one week to just pick Ryan Preece?
Yeah.
For
Or
a race?
didn't
was
Josh
awesome.
pick Matty D once? Or is it Corey LaJoy?
I think we got Josh to pick Spire. We got Josh
we did.
we got Josh to
totally
pick
did.
the worst team.
At the time, the worst
Yeah.
team. Rick Ware Racing, I think, is the worst team right now, but yeah.
Oh, it might have been Rick Ware. I think we got him to pick
It was
Corey
one-
LaJoy.
I think we got him to pick Corey
it was
LaJoy.
rough.
It was bad.
It was rough.
It was pretty bad. Although it was Go Fast Racing. No, that was it. We picked
They're
Go Fast
anything
Racing.
but fast.
Yeah, because they don't race really.
Yeah, but the energy drinks are actually pretty good.
Really?
Did you ever have the Go Fast Energy?
I'm
No,
not.
I
Oh
haven't.
yeah, they're actually decent.
I want to try a
Oh, all right.
rowdy energy.
Why don't
Oh,
we do that
no.
one pod?
I don't want to
we
give.
gotta do it.
rowdy.
I
Have
don't
you
want to
tried one?
give.
No, I haven't had
We're
a
doing
rowdy.
it. We're doing it. We're trying a rowdy energy on the pod. We're gonna do it live.
Am I ordering some on Amazon
Let's do
right
it.
after we
Let's do
leave?
it.
Because
Let's
I don't
do
know
it.
who sells it. Matt B, you got anything you want to plug before we leave?
Your racing gear, your racing team, anything? You're a racer.
I
Your
guess
Instagram.
I am a big racer. No, I don't got no Instagram. I ain't no famous guy. Just one.
Big guy.
One of you all.
One of you all. He says, "Wow, that's that Bayport education."
Ooh, Bayport.
Coming Pulaski taking hits at me.
Yeah,
Bayport.
I gotta
Ooh.
throw it in
Whoa.
there.
Oh,
right.
maybe I won't be on the
Everything
next
I wish
pod.
Pulaski
Alright,
was,
yeah.
and I kind of hate you for it.
All right, whatever. We'll end her.
I beamed a girl with a Mountain
Here
Dew
we go.
can at a Bayport football game once.
Honestly, well done.
I fucking went and I crushed
Hey, I
it.
give you props for that.
I do too.
and
well
I fucking
done, dude.
threw it
Fucking
because
eat
we
it.
kicked them out of our fan
Yeah.
section, and I threw it, and god damn it, that fucking can hit her right in the head
Well done,
as she was
Dylan.
leaving, and she was fucking crying, and her friend was holding her, and we had the whole scandal the next day when
Fucking
when they decided to talk about our attitude at that football game.
attitude, yeah.
I remember when I threw it and it hit her, all of a sudden I had to go, whoa! What? Who threw that? Who threw that? Even though
Even though it was you.
everybody
Oh my
knew
God,
it was
who
me.
did it? Yeah. Unreal.
I didn't try to hit her in the head, but I was towards the top of the stands, and I just, I threw the Mountain Dew
And
can
there it is.
to throw the Mountain Dew can. I wasn't trying to hit her, but I fucking whacked her in the head.
Dylan, oh my god. All right, rate, subscribe, tell a friend. We'll catch you next week.
Bye.